Hello, you lucky viewers. It's I, once again, Justin Hogan, and I'm showing you how to put in a strainer assembly. I'm going to remove any of the burrs or any of the buildup around the edge of my pipe from the old stuff that was on there. The pipes are not cracked, so I'm just going to use the old pipes. Alright. Here I am going to use putty, making sure my edges are somewhat clean. I'm going to use the plumber's putty on this. There's two types. There is a plumber's putty. There is a plumber's putty that has an oil to it, so if you're ever working on like granite or for the slate type sinks or countertops, you do not want to use the oil type because it will stain the surface of the project you're working on. I'm adjusting the pipe underneath because I don't know if I have enough clearance. I do not like that this mostly is glued in. ABS, yay! Alright. So taking these two pieces off, the style they got for to work with comes with is like a 3 or 4 piece strainer assembly. You can get whatever kind you want. If you're using an old sink, make sure your edges are cleaned off. This is a newer sink, so the edges seem to be clean. I am using this plumber's putty here. I am going to play around with like Play-Doh because I got to get it warm because it is colder, and the warmer stuff does work better when it's being applied. And oh my God, is that blood? No, that's just dirt. It's brown. I thought it might have been blood, dried blood or something. Warming it up and using it like Play-Doh. I am going to make a snake or a turd out of plumber's putty. We'll call that a snake. Could be a worm. And then you're gonna put a little couple eyes on this bad boy. Butt. Put a little mouth. Booty-dooty-doo. Alright, let's stop playing around. Gonna go around the ring of the cup. I use more than I really need to, because if you're in there and you don't got a good seal, it will leak. Push it down in there. Make sure you kind of got it centered. Underneath, some do come with a cardboard ring. This one has an Endura ring. I'm going with the rubber ring only, and I'm going with the cup. Here's kind of what it looks like underneath. So I'm going to have to move that pipe out of the way, and I'm going to place this, and I'll show you what it looks like when I do that. Move the pipe out of the way. Get this cup in ring. Put the ring on, the cup on. This is another thing that once you start, you want to make sure you're going on straight because you don't want it to go cock out on you. Sometimes this is better to do with 2 people. I enjoy working by myself most of the time. There is a strainer assembly wrench that you can get that can hold this from underneath. while you're doing it. Going back and forth while I'm trying to get this on, while holding the cup and the rubber ring up. All the joys you guys are watching me do 9 things at one time. Okay, maybe 3. Gotta make sure the ring don't slip out. Make sure the cup stays on. Get the washer start on. All right. So from underneath, here's what it'll look like. Glued ABS, old pipe. Yep. So I had to move that back because where I had it get in the way, pinching the I don't know how well you can see me through this. Probably staring at the bottom too hot. Where are we at? You can see me right there. Alright, my hands are going to be in the way a bit, so I have to hold this up there, get it up there till it's snug. Only hand tightening it at the moment. I'm centering the top again, pushing down. Now I need to get my Klingon battle wrench. You can buy this at the store. Looks like a Klingon battle wrench. It's made perfectly for this type of thing. You could use a pipe wrench, you could use some locking things. This one just goes on so much easier, I think, because it's already adjusted. You could use a croissant wrench or a crescent wrench. As you're tightening, up above, the putty is moving both down below, filling the gaps around here, underneath the ring, and then above, filling the gaps, and then making a seal on the sink itself. Again, you are not cranking down on any of this. You're just snugging it up until you believe. So that's what we do on below. Up above, come up here, see that it's centered, and this stuff says it generally sets up in about 30 minutes, making it waterproof. You can crank or hand snug up below to get a little bit more of the caulking out, if you wish to get a good tight seal. The reason you're using a putty, plumber's putty, is to make a waterproof seal below, because you don't need it underneath. I'm going to snug a little bit more so much more of the comes out. Alright. You don't have to worry if you don't get it all out, everything off, because whatever it shows will eventually rot away. And then the only stuff you need to worry about is what underneath the cup itself will hold a nice water seal. And then underneath here will hold a nice water seal. So to finish this up underneath, we're going to connect the pipe to the piece here. I am going to try to go with what I have, see if I do need to put on my ring that came with it. I'm going to put this piece in. I'm going to put in my high top gasket and see if this works, because that's how they did it before. And it does look like it's going to work. Again, back and forth, you want to make sure you're getting a good straight seal on this, because you don't want the leak. So you got to make sure it goes on straight. Now you have to make sure you, with my Klingon battle wrench, once again, it has a hook that will tighten down, compressing the high top gasket on. Again, you do not want to crank it, because you don't want to split it. And now that we got that in and that in, I'll have to test this after about a half an hour to make sure we have no leaks. And that's how you put in a stringer assembly, and that's how you put in the faucet. This is Justin Hogan.